Do you want to exercise your legs, but knee pain gets in the way? Well, these 3 exercises we're about to show you are the perfect starting point. Hey, it's Ollie and Gaz from Being Mobile, and the reason that we're on YouTube is to help people over 55 build strength and confidence in their bodies. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be inspired to join our movement and click the subscribe button.
Knee arthritis affects about 30% of people between the ages of 55 and 64, and a whopping 50% of people over the age of 75. We have heaps of research showing that exercise is safe and beneficial for those with knee arthritis, but we still hear so many stories from those in our community who are worried about exercising because they're worried it will flare up their knee symptoms.
So we don't want you to miss out on the benefits of exercise for your knees or your health. Now, if you've watched any of our other videos, you'll probably know that we are big fans of those big movements like squats and deadlifts, which are great bang for your buck because they target lots of muscle groups and they help you with all your daily activities.
But the exercises in this video are going to be a great place to start if you can't quite tolerate those big movements at the moment. So in this video, we're going to show you 3 exercises designed by physios to be safe, gentle, and effective.
Knee arthritis can make movements like getting up from a low chair or squatting down to pick something up quite challenging. And of course, part of the reason for that is often really high levels of pain in the knee, but another reason is a weakness in the quadricep muscles, these big muscles in the front of our thigh. So exercises like squats are great for building that strength, but if you can't tolerate that at the moment, something like this knee extension is a great starting point. So what you're going to need to do is find a chair where your feet are dangling above the floor. So this one's too low for me, but I'm just going to prop myself up with a couple of cushions, or you could use a bar stool or something like that. I shuffle right back and you can see my foot is now dangling above the floor. Now, starting with one leg, I think is a little bit more stable. You're slowly going to raise your foot up until your leg is as straight as you can get it, and then slowly lower it back down. You might even be able to see that my quadricep muscles are tensing, contracting to bring my leg up. So we're going to do that nice and slowly. And if you can do about 10 repetitions and it's starting to get challenging, that's great. But if not, you can make it more challenging by adding a little ankle weight around the ankle and doing that same movement, slowly bringing that foot up in the air and slowly lowering it down. And once again, we want it to be challenging by about 10 repetitions. You could, of course, save yourself a bit of time and do it with both legs at once, but I think doing it one leg at a time is just a little bit easier to manage.
Okay, so we've just worked on the muscles at the front of the thighs, your quadriceps. Now we're going to work the muscles at the back, your hamstrings, and we're going to do a standing hamstring curl in order to do that. So all you need is a chair or a bench, something to hold on to. We're not necessarily trying to work our balance here. We're trying to work these muscles here. So you're going to stand in front of the chair, for example, and all you're going to do is bend your heel up. So you're going to curl your heel up towards your bottom as far as you can, and then slowly lower it back down. Now, if you can, I want you to try to keep your knees parallel, so they're no further forwards and no further back relative to the other. However, this is really going to put a bit of strain on that hamstring. So if it is too uncomfortable, or if maybe you get a cramp or something like that, feel free to pop your knee a bit further in front of the other one and then do the curl in that way as well. Now, if you're doing either of those 2 variations and it feels a bit easy, it's not giving you too much strain or challenge, there's a couple of things you can do. First of all is to go a bit slower. And at the top, you can really try to focus on squeezing that muscle there. If you want, you can put your hand on there and feel that muscle tense as you go up as well. Or you can add a bit of extra load and you can grab an ankle weight and pop that around your ankle as well. And of course, that's actually going to make it quite a bit more challenging. And of course, you can do that slow squeeze even with your ankle weight on. So give that a go. That's the standing hamstring curl.
So we've worked on the quadricep muscles in the front of the thigh and the hamstring muscles in the back. Now we're going to work on the hip muscles, which are also very active in things like squatting down and getting up from the ground. So to do this, I'm going to use a chair or a piece of furniture for balance, and I'm going to do what's called a standing hip abduction. So taking away the leg. So get your feet together, all right? And we're going to, keeping that toe pointing forwards, slowly bring our leg out as far as we can and slowly bring it back in. just like that. Now you notice I'm trying to keep that foot in the air if I can. So I'm keeping these muscles working, and you're also working pretty hard on this other leg as well. So we're bringing it all the way out, trying to keep that toe pointing forwards, slowly bring it back in. You can make it harder by adding a pause with a squeeze at the top, which is going to be really hard. And you'll feel these muscles tensing up to do that. Or to make it even harder, you could add an ankle weight like this one that I've prepared earlier. So same thing, bring it out to the side, keep that toe pointing forwards, and even just that 1 kilo, I think, is in this ankle weight, that makes it a lot more challenging. So that's a great one for building some strength in the side hip muscles, which are active in things like getting up from the chair.
For each of those exercises, try 3 sets of 10 repetitions. And remember that some discomfort and some pain is okay with exercise as long as it's tolerable during and afterwards.
So there are 3 exercises that are gentle, safe, and effective that I think almost anyone with knee arthritis can do. Now, did we miss an exercise that's worked well for you and your knees? Comment below. We'd love to learn what's worked for you. And if you want some more challenging exercises to work on your symptoms and your strength with knee arthritis, well, check out this video.